Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be making some envelopes for our cards that we made for the Gulentine, Valentine, Galentine series. So I hope that you enjoyed watching that video and seeing how we just put these cards together. So these cards are quote unquote A2 size cards. So I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. So from the highest portion of the card, which is the L, to the lowest portion of the card, it is 5.5, right? And then from the widest portion of the card is 4.5. Can you see that? So from here to there is 5.5, a little short of 5.5 actually. Let's do the flat side, Brandy, because that makes a lot more sense, girl. All right, so yep, it's a little bit shy of 5.5, but it is 5.5. We're going with, and then from the widest portion, which would be here to that portion, is going to be a scotch more than 4.5. So this does not fit the regular size envelope for A2 size cards. It will not fit in here. And this is the ones that I made before I attempted to perfect it. So we'll use the ones that I actually perfected to my liking. And I'll just show you really quickly if I can get this in here. So, you know, like if you really were pressed for time, you can make this envelope work, right? You can really, really make it work. But, you know, why? Why make it work when we have an envelope punch board and we can make one ourselves? So what we first need to do is go over to the punch board and say, hey, punch board, I need to make an envelope. And you tell the you look at the punch board, you can read your instructions if you need to. If this is your first time ever dealing with this, reading instructions really does help, in my opinion. I love that it has all of the numbers that you'll need to make a card according to them. So our card is 4.5 by 5.5, and it's the A2 card, and we need our paper to be 8 1/8, and we're gonna score at 3 3/4. So let's go ahead and get some paper. Okay, some paper I chose came out of this paper pad. I think it's called Girlfriends or Girl, and I want to say it's American Craft, but I'm not sure. And so I just pulled some random pages out of here to create the envelopes, and here we are. These are the pages, and I already did one before just to make sure this was the right one, and so it goes in, you know, the right size. It goes in perfectly. Yay. Or you can turn it over so it's not so puffy on the back. But we have some glue tape that's already ready to be taped. So this is how it looks. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'll do 2 with you all, just in case you've never seen it and this video just happens to pop up for you. So we got our paper cut down to size, which is 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. So now what we're going to do is get our bone folder so we can do some scoring. All right, so we're going to go down to 3 3/4 as the scoreboard tells us to do, and we're just going to score. And I tend to use this bone folder backwards or forward. It's just my preference. No big deal. And so once you do your first score, I should be doing on this side really. So we just scored. Then once you do your first score, I'm gonna have to keep it on this side. Yep. Okay, so we did our first score. Once you do your first score, you're gonna take that score to the score line right here. And then you're gonna score again and punch. Turn it, put on that score line. Score. I think I've messed that up. And score. And I'm not going to start the video over. I watched a video a couple of days ago where someone talks about how we always show our perfect stuff versus our mistakes. So I'm just going to leave the mistake in if it is a mistake, and we'll just start over. It is just paper. The only thing is I have it cut and everything where I need it to be. I think that's my least favorite portion about paper crafting, maybe, is the scoring and cutting. Like, give me the glue and the scissors and the ink and all that other stuff, and I'll be happy with it. But I really don't care about the measurement portion of it. So yeah, if we made a mistake, we'll just correct that. But this is going to be the inside of the envelope versus the outside. So now you just fold on your score lines. And it doesn't matter how you fold it, you know, on your score lines, because when you finish folding the score lines, you're going to adjust it to how you want it to look. I hope that makes sense to you all. So like I just folded it, and now I'm going to go back. And what I do, since this is a custom size, I just want to make sure it fits. I trust it, but, you know, trust but verify. All right. All right, so now what I am going to do is I am going to go ahead and do one more with you all so you can see, and then I'll complete those and come back and we'll get started with putting these things in the inside. All right, so really, for you to have great visual, you want to turn it over on the side you can see clearly. If you have a lot of pattern going on like I just did, it may not be that easy to see, and I'm not sure why it's folding up. So you want it at 3 3/4. You're going to score and punch, rotate, put it on your score line on this portion right here. Doesn't matter about this anymore because you got your score that you needed. Okay, so you're going to score, punch, score, punch, score, punch, and then you're going to fold. I'm just going to do the rest of them, and we'll get back together when it's time to make it a real envelope. Okay, you all know that if you've been here for a while, you know I like to round the corners, but I'm just going to leave them as is for now. I was thinking that maybe it would be cute to punch out a little heart right here on the fold piece, but I don't think it's going to do any good because you won't be able to see the design of what's on the inside. So what I like to do, because I do plan on selling things in the future, I plan on making this like, because I don't have any self-adhesive, you know, the little lick that you can lick on. So what I do is I just take these edges and I take thin, in my opinion is better than thick tape for this portion right here. I just snip it. You could use a tape runner if you want to. You could use wet glue if you wanted to. Whatever you are more comfortable with using, definitely, you know, use it. Whatever you have on hand, you don't have to run out and get skinny tape because Brandy says that's what she likes to use. But I feel like it just is a lot easier and more beneficial for me than trying to put down a large strip of tape or some glue, wet glue, and then it getting all oozing out onto this surface. But you know, whatever makes you happy. All right, so if I were to do more than one envelope, which I'm only going to do one envelope with you, I would go ahead and tape all the pieces that I need to tape down first, and then I will just pull this up and put this down. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could tape this flap that you're going to be folding up versus the other way around. But I feel like with this, we know that it's secure because it's on the opposite end, and I don't have to worry about it. This looks so crooked, don't it? to just me. No, it looks crooked, but it's going to fit. And so now you just take your card and you put it on the inside, and the person that's going to be getting this can pull this off, write their little note on the inside of this, stick some money in or whatever, and gift it to whoever they're gifting it to. I hope that you have enjoyed this quick little, let's make an envelope for our cards. Eventually, this is where I'm going to go when I get rid of all of the prefabricated everything. But it's going to be forever. So I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed. And until next time, happy crafting.